Hey folks, today's video is going to be an anti-haul, and I haven't done one since the middle of December, and it's about time we talk about some new products and things that I have thoughts about that are coming out, and devices, products, makeup. So yeah, I have a lot of thoughts to share about some recent developments and releases in the makeup community. But if you are new here, hi, my name is Abby. If you've never seen one of my anti-hauls before, they were originally popularized by Kimberly Clark here on YouTube, and I started doing them several years back, and I've done one. I mean, the last couple of years, I've done one probably every single month or close to it. I'm just talking about products and things that I don't need and I'm not going to buy, and why I don't need them and I'm not going to buy them. Apparently, there's a new trend on TikTok going around called de-influencing, which I might just recut some of my old anti-haul clips because it's basically the same thing just being recycled for TikTok, but it seems that much aspects of the beauty community are being recycled for TikTok, including the drama and history repeating itself. Anyway, let's talk about some things. Also, I'm filming this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is like unheard of for me. I usually film things late at night, so like I have so much dry shampoo in my hair because I'm gonna wash my hair after this, so we're doing a little bit better. We're doing a little bit better here in my neck of the woods. First, this was something that I saw that was just announced 2 days ago, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's about a mascara. It's not about the mascara, but MAC is coming out with a couple of new products, one of which is like a transfer-proof, waterproof liquid lipstick, which again, okay, what year is it? 2016? Cool, liquid lipstick, no big deal. But the thing that they are releasing that's $24 is a Lash Dry Shampoo Mascara Refresher. A clump-resistant, lightweight top coat that acts as dry shampoo for your lashes to reshape and intensify your mascara by adding instant volume and softness. Okay. This is once again another thing that beauty companies have invented to make people feel insecure about. Oh my gosh, my lashes don't look as good 7 hours later. Of course they don't. But you don't need a separate product to put on Lash Dry Shampoo. It's your eyelashes, okay? First of all, I feel like if you just come out with a mascara that looks good and that works nicely, it'll just work fine. But having a dry shampoo, which is just like a clear coat of mascara stuff that you put over the top of your mascara, I feel like that would still be clumpy and like uncomfortable. But calling it a dry shampoo makes me think that it's a powder. I'm like, powder on my lashes. That sounds like it's not gonna get in my eyes at all. It just feels like another thing that you don't need, that literally they invented as like a, what's another thing that nobody has a problem with? What's another thing that nobody asked for? Oh, a lash dry shampoo? Sure. MAC, come on. A lash dry shampoo? I mean, what's next? Brow dry shampoo? Armpit dry shampoo? Like, I mean, there actually is like deodorant that's powder, which is basically kind of like armpit dry shampoo, but you don't need lash dry shampoo. You don't need a separate mascara top coat to refresh your lashes in the middle of the day, because you know what? Most people aren't paying attention. If you're wearing mascara during the day and you feel like you need a refresher for your own sake, this is just another product that's gonna make you feel like you need that. But I promise you, nobody looking at you in your day-to-day life is going to notice nor care. So I realize that most people don't put makeup on for other people. Most people put makeup on for themselves, but nobody had this before and people were fine. Like a dry shampoo for your lashes.
No.
And it's $24. Like it's not even like a cheaper thing. Like it's the price of a regular mascara. If this is just to be like refreshing during the day, shouldn't it not be as expensive as the thing that's actually supposed to like lengthen and coat your lashes in the first place? You know? I just feel like it makes an excuse for them to make lackluster mascara. They're like, well, if you buy this other thing, if you spend another $24 on this separate product that you can put over the top of our mascara that like isn't to your liking, what? No.
Next.
This, I feel like I have to talk about every Disney collection that brands come out with, even though I can't even keep up with all of them because there's so many. But Makeup Revolution has a Minnie Mouse collection, and I feel like they've done this before. And I feel like of all of the Disney intellectual properties, I don't know about you, but of all the Disney intellectual properties that have been overdone, it's Mickey and Minnie. Like, there's so many things that are Mickey and Minnie. At least pick like a different Disney thing if you're really gonna go down that route. I don't know. I feel like Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse stuff I mean, like, it's Makeup Revolution, so it's not expensive, so it's not like it's a big deal that it feels cheap, but it feels like something that you would just get from like Hot Topic makeup sections. And like the Hot Topic makeup is like notoriously bad. So I don't know. It's boring. It's been done. It's not like the most expensive, like the palette's $20, the blush duo's $9, the brush set is $12. I feel like it was just another excuse to come out with a headband that was Minnie Mouse themed, and I don't need this. I don't really care for any Disney themed products, but you guys know this. You guys know that I have a bone to pick with Disney and all of their licensing of every single thing that could ever exist, including neighborhoods to live in. Have you guys heard about that? Have you guys heard about that? That you can like live, there's like a place to live at Disney. It's very weird. One thing that I got sent to me a couple of times, people tagged me in it, is a new collection from HipDot. And I have said in the past, and I still stand by what I say, that HipDot really doesn't have a personalized and their own kind of brand identity. They are only known for doing collaborations, which they clearly are very like upfront about and transparent about the fact that like their whole thing is that they do collabs, but it always makes, for me at least, it always makes their collections feel not as bespoke and not as expensive. Like they always look a little cheap. Like they always look kind of cheap. And they came out with, and I like the idea of this, their products are not super expensive. They came out with 2 palettes that was in the shape of CDs that were in like a CD case. I love that design idea because this is very much my childhood. But it's an Evanescence Fallen palette for $22 and then a Corn Follow the Leader palette. The Corn palette sold out. That's hilarious. I kind of love that though. But the Corn palette is just kind of like darker, like grayer, cool tone brown neutrals with like some sparkles, which, I mean, I don't know how much I associate Corn with makeup other than like eyeliner, personally. And then with Evanescence, it's like a cool blue palette that matches the color of the cover of their first record, their first like big record. So I see what they were going for here, and I like the heart. I do. For me, I love nostalgia. Don't get me wrong. I love talking about nostalgia. I love listening to nostalgic music. I've been listening to Evanescence and Paramore and freaking all these other emo bands from my childhood. I like it, but I don't feel the need to buy an eyeshadow palette about it. You know, like the pin pack's kind of cute, but I don't need it. Next is something that I actually, like when I first saw it, I was like, this is really cute. And it's ColourPop's new heart-shaped blushes. I love a heart-shaped thing. I am such a sucker for heart-shaped things. I saw a purse that was heart-shaped on like a website that I buy clothes from sometimes, and I'm like, do I want this? I don't know if I need it. And it's cute. It's very cute. The next time I go to Ulta, if they have it in store, I might look at them. But I need to go through my drawer and actually see what blushes that I have that I'm not using, because I have a lot of blushes that I'm not using, because I have like 2 blushes in my makeup bag. I have not switched out the products in my makeup bag in so long. Like I've been using the same blushes, the same highlighters. Like I haven't switched things up in a very long time because I don't wear makeup outside of the house usually. Like if I'm going to a show or something, I will sometimes, but I don't wear it to work. I wear it for videos and for streams. Yeah, these heart-shaped, I love me a heart shape. The packaging is great. And like my brain was just like, oh, I like this. I want this. It's cute. It really is. I like heart-shaped things. I might look to see like what other brands that are like indie that have heart-shaped things. I know Kimchi has some heart-shaped blushes and stuff, so I might look. I don't know. I also don't own any ColourPop blushes, so I have no idea like what their kind of pigmentation is, so I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm picky with blushes, but I prefer them to be like more buildable rather than like really pigmented. So I have no idea how pigmented these are. If I see them in person in a store, I might reconsider, but like I don't buy that much anymore anyway. But it's cute, but I don't need it. I don't need it.
Next.
I hate that people are talking about him again. I really do. I really hate that people are talking about Jeffree Star again because he stuck his stupid nose into this stupid mascara debate. And then you have all these people on TikTok being like, at least he's honest. At least he's honest about his makeup. I'm like, but what about like literally everything else he has done? There's so many other people. I actually saw Snitchery posted a video earlier today as I'm filming this, talking about this exact issue where it's like people on TikTok who maybe were not around when like all of the first stuff was happening with Jeffree Star, but definitely were around during like the Shane Dawson stuff. You're putting the importance of him being honest about the makeup above the importance of like not being a racist. Like that's super fucked up. But there's new products for Wyoming winter collections. I also just hate the idea that he has commodified the state of Wyoming. I feel like that's so weird. Like, that's so weird that he moved to Wyoming, started a yak farm, started a yak meat company, and has now commodified the entire state of Wyoming within his beauty line. It's very bizarre. But I don't buy things from him. We know this. You shouldn't buy things from him. And there's like a yak plushie, which feels very weird because you're making meat out of the yaks. It's so bizarre. He's such a confusing person. Now, I'm like, why are we talking about him again? And it's very frustrating seeing things on certain Instagram pages that share beauty news and beauty products that they will like hide comments criticizing them. Even though I use this page to like keep up with a lot of the new things because it's kind of the most comprehensive, but like, you don't have to talk about Jeffree Star, okay? You don't. Stop it. No. No, siree. So the last little bit I wanted to talk about, and this I felt like I could go into a lot. I've seen a couple of new products that have come out, one of which, probably the first one I saw was this Lancome AI-powered motion stabilizing device to apply lipstick. I watched a video about it and I was like, that's really cool for people who have mobility issues and people who can't hold things, people who have a hard time applying products because of not being able to have a steady hand, or it's hard for them. I thought this was a really cool idea, and I feel like having more and more of these like robotic devices and using AI for something like this is a great idea. Using AI for like making art, maybe don't. Let's use AI to make like devices and tools that make life easier for people. Let's do that instead of taking art away from artists. But anyway, I digress. Abby has gone down several rabbit holes lately. I hate AI art, basically. I like the idea of using AI to solve problems that actually need solving and to make things easier for people with disabilities, with general mobility issues, who can't do things easily on their own. This is a cool idea. I love it. I love the idea. It looks like the product is still a little bit like wonky, so they need to work out some kinks and everything, so it's not perfect, but it's like a step in the right direction. And it's really cool to see these brands coming up with things that are not just products, or not just, here, spend $100 to like mix your own foundation shade. Like, those are always kind of gimmicky. And this actually like seems like something that works as like a solution to an accessibility problem, you know? Also, L'Oreal, and I guess they announced this at CES. L'Oreal unveils CES Innovation Award-winning Technologies, HipDot, was developed to use for L'Oreal's prestige Lancome brand and Brow Magic. So L'Oreal is like the parent company of Lancome, and they're the parent company of a lot of companies. The applicator, the lip applicator, was one of the products, and then the second one is this Brow Magic. It'll be available in 9 shades, and it's and they say how to use it. Like, use the L'Oreal Brow Magic app and scan face with the MotiFace brow reader, select desired shape, thickness, and effect, brush the L'Oreal Brow Magic primer through brows, and move the printer along the eyebrow in a single sweeping motion. Apply a top coat finish to lock in the look. It can be easily removed with any standard makeup remover. So it's coming soon this year. A lot of people in the comments were like,
this isn't a problem. Why is this? Like, what do we need this for?
So clearly a lot of the people in the comments missed the mark on like why this could be really cool and why this could be really helpful for people with mobility problems. It was annoying to see the comments of people being like, this is stupid. We don't need this. And it's like, yeah, you don't. Maybe you don't. Most people who would be applying brow products won't need this. But there's still a lot of people who, for them, doing makeup is a very like therapeutic and cathartic thing, and they still have issues doing it, you know? So having something that can make applying brows easier is not a bad thing. And this sounds like actually a really good idea for people who are losing some of their hair too. So if you have really, really sparse brows, and you don't really have much to fill in and you don't really know where to start, you can kind of choose on this device, and it can kind of, it prints your brows basically, which, again, a cool concept that AI can be used for, to make tools that make life easier for people with disabilities. It's a great thing. Accessibility has been a huge thing within the gaming community, within the tech community, and now it's finally getting into the makeup community, which I think is a good thing, because you can use big tech and you can use stuff like CES and the products that they're releasing at CES to kind of move around the industry into various routes. And this is something that could be useful for a lot of people. I love new inventions that actually solve problems as opposed to inventions like brow dry shampoo that invents a problem to solve. Like there's a difference between inventing a product to solve a problem that is already existing and inventing a problem that you then make a product to fix. You know what I mean? You know? But the problem with these products is not how they work, is not how they're being developed. It is how expensive they are. The Brow Magic priced between $149 and $199. And then the Lancome stabilizing device is also $199. And I don't know about you. Most people don't have $199 to spend on a brow product. I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody who's gonna spend $200 on a single brow product or a single little robot to apply lipstick. And I feel like accessibility can only go so far if it's not accessible financially. You know, like if you're gonna come out with something like an accessible controller for a video game, which Microsoft has done, and a lot of companies have come out with accessible things for computers, for tech, for all that stuff. And every time I've heard things, it's marginally more expensive. It's not like a freaking $200 brow printer that who knows how much product is actually in there. Cause like, we don't know. We don't know how much product is in there. Do they have to refill it? How much is the refill? How long does this last? You know, do you have to like charge them? Is there batteries? Like there's so many questions that need to be answered to make this actually like a useful tool for accessibility. Because if the people who need it can't afford to get it, what is the point? You know? Like if you're gonna make something accessible, make it also financially viable for like the average person. But $200 is absolutely ridiculous and not accessible in the slightest. The only people who you're gonna get buying these are the people who have a ton of disposable income, which historically disabled people do not have because of society. Like it feels very like, look at all of this stuff we did and look at all of this research and all of this science we did, all of this work we did for you. And now if you want to get your hands on it, you're gonna have to fork up $200. Like, hell no. What the heck? No. No, that's so unfair. It's so unfair to come out with something that is supposed to be for accessibility. And then because it's so expensive, people aren't going to be able to buy it. And then you have other people who don't need it clowning it as just being like this unnecessary thing. When like it could be very necessary for a lot of people. But because it's so expensive, it's kind of unnecessary because they can't get it anyway. They missed the mark. They really did. They missed the mark. And I feel like that there's a way to make this cheaper and not $200. It's frustrating to see brands like almost get there. They're like, oh, we're doing all the right things, but then And I don't like that brands are doing that because it feels like kind of exploitative, you know? Like it low-key feels a little bit exploitative to be like, hey, here's this product that's gonna be really useful for you. You're gonna have to spend $200 on it. Sorry. But that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I realized there weren't a ton of individual products, but I feel like there were much larger topics to discuss around certain products, i.e. the very last one, that I haven't really talked about in an anti-haul before, because it's relatively new. Like you don't have a bunch of brands coming out with AI-powered stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what the future holds. For today's song of the day, let's keep it going with We Are Scientists. Here Goes from We Are Scientists from their brand new album Lobes is your song of the day. It's so good. I love it. I love the whole record. I'm obsessed with it. Definitely go check it out. If you would like to follow me on any of my other social media, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Twitch, or my TikTok, Instagram and Twitter are both Abers07, and then TikTok and Twitch are Abers without the 07. So if you want to come hang out with me, I usually play Sims on Twitch on the weekends, so it's a good time. Sometimes I put on makeup, sometimes I don't, but almost all the time I play The Sims. So if you're interested in that, follow me there. And then I need to go through and find some good clips from anti-hauls because TikTok seems so overwhelming from like an editing standpoint. And I don't know why. I don't know why it feels overwhelming because I just don't know how to use my phone when it comes to editing because I've always been using my computer. Like, it's weird and I don't like it. So let me know in the comments below, what are some stuff that you've seen lately that you're like, what the heck is this? Like, why is this a thing? Let me know in the comments down below. And I will leave a playlist of all of my previous anti-hauls as well as Kimberly Clark's channel in the description down below. So check those out if you would like to go on a binge of 50 plus videos anywhere from 12 to 30 minutes each. So it'll take a while. So if you want to do that, you don't have to, but if you wanted to, like, I wouldn't say no. Like, and subscribe, please subscribe. That'd be great. I think some people have been getting unsubscribed lately, and I know it's been like a thing across the board with a lot of people on YouTube that they've just like randomly had people unsubscribe when it wasn't the people individually unsubscribing from their channel. It was YouTube doing it for them, which is kind of dumb. Hey, YouTube, can you stop doing that, please? That'd be great. That'd be super awesome. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will be leaving my kind of Twitch schedule on Twitch and on Twitter. I'll try to keep people up to date about my relatively regular Twitch schedule. Stay tuned for that, and I will see you all in my next video.